Hello. We're going to be getting started here shortly. Just give me a moment. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. What is up? What is up? Okay. Ooh, doing some adjustments here and there. Okay. Hey, it's Mega, aka the Art Messiah, here to save you from your art sins. Welcome back to another stream. I was gonna say drawing stream, but today we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit more, I will say casual, but it's not really casual because it is a little bit of coding. But it is a little bit more casual than drawing for me today. I had some overtime I needed to do with my full-time job, and I didn't get to scan in some of the pages that I was working on in terms of manga panels and whatnot. So today we're going to be working on a little blog that I am putting together specifically for this little fan project, just to kind of keep track of my inspirations and my progress and put it all together in one space, and also as a way to not forget some of the skills that I was learning over the past 2 years about how to do HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So we're going to be doing a little bit today. If you're new here, welcome in. I am a visual artist, a writer. I make comics, and I make tutorials here on YouTube about how to draw and how to just be a creative. We typically talk a lot about kind of like the philosophy behind art as well, and some theories that we or that I come up with, and we get to explore together and get to talk about it together. So that's a little bit about myself. If you want to learn more about my work and what I do, please check out the links that I have on my channel. Check out my comic called Ignition. That's currently out on Comic Fury, and I think next week or the week after next is going to be the last scene for the arc. So it's like this climatic moment. So feel free to check that out. In the future, I will be hosting another comic on there, and I just uploaded the page that we worked on. I think it's been 2 weeks now, just to kind of do a test and to make sure that people could come in and subscribe if they are going to want to check out this comic. But I'm pretty happy with how the page looks. I feel like it feels like traditional manga, so really pumped about that. You can check that out as well. Okay, so I think we're kind of just going to jump right into it. Okay, so first of all, I'm just gonna scroll down here and let you guys know that this is a theme by Pixelution, or it's called Pixelution, theme by Yoli, THM. So I'm not starting from scratch like some of the other websites that I have built, because again, I wanted this just to be fun and to work off what someone else already had. So what are we going to be doing today? Well, what I want to do is I want to create two columns. Right now this is like a single column kind of deal going on. I want to have two columns of pictures for larger screens. So we're going to need to do some work here in the CSS and whatnot. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to go into edit the HTML. This is going to be able to pull up all the HTML and CSS that we've got going on here. And I want to get this formatting done first because I think I like the 400 width size for the most part. Again, as the screen shrinks, I really like this layout as it is right now. But yes, as the screen shrinks down, we're going to change into single column like this, but as you get a larger screen, I want to be able to go into two columns and potentially even three columns. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to find the styling for, I think, the main. Let's see if we can find that. And I'm gonna try my best not to hum. I hum a lot while I work, while I think, while I create, and I also talk out loud, so feel free to ignore me as I do that. But I'm gonna try to make a habit to not do it. What is up? What's up, Maya? You're making a Christmas card at the moment. That is pretty sweet sounding. It's pretty cool. What are you making it on? Is it going to be digital or traditional? And is it for a family, a friend? Okay, so they may have combined styling within it. We're gonna see though. We're gonna hop down. We're looking for the div of main. So we're coming down here. End of sidebar. Now we're going to the main. Okay, in the main body wrapper. So we have main. Inline media width. Block posts. Post ID input. And this jumps down into article. Okay, so we're gonna keep coming down here. I want to see if there's any styling that we should be worried about. This is talking about embeds. Then we got the paginations, next, script type, source. They're bringing in some libraries and APIs here, nothing crazy. And then that's the end of the body. Okay, so let's see if we can't find styling here. Yes, it might be a little bit more challenging than I was initially thinking, because it looks like they're importing a style sheet from somewhere else. Of course, I can write in my own styling. Ooh, traditional drawing on watercolor paper. Nice, nice. Watercolor paper. Sorry, I got distracted. I got a text message at the same time. Are you going to be doing some watercolor on it as well? Or just some, I shouldn't say just some, are you doing like pencils, inks, kind of things? Watercolor is challenging for me because you gotta let the water kind of do its thing. Okay. Okay, so there's inline CSS and there's also internal CSS. So what we can do is we can put this within the style tags. And even if there's something in there already, which there is, we can put in our own stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in, yeah, see how it says custom CSS? We're also going to do like something like this. We're going to comment it out. Oh no, we're not going to do it like that. There's a way to comment out. There you go. When you're within the styling, so that's what we want to do. So we're going to say Josiah's, or we'll say Art Messiah's styling. Okay. First thing we want to target is our main. Kind of wish I was writing this in my own little script editor, but we can probably make this work. I'm drawing one of my characters as the winter goddess Perchta. Weird stuff. Nice, that sounds like fun. Creating Christmas cards and getting into the holiday spirit some. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the display to flex. So basically what this is going to allow us to do is to start to wrap the wrap these images around, right? So what we do is we say display flex, and we make a flex wrap set to wrap. Okay, so I need to do just a little bit of thinking first. So I think I want to set the width to something that is like flexible. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to set it to 540 pixels. Okay. Now we're going to style our articles. Okay, so our articles, at least in this format. Ooh, what if this is updating? This is not updating. I'm doing like all this work and it's not even showing up on the screen. Give me 1 second so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. If I can figure out, this is it, right? Yeah. Okay, so when you go to settings, we're gonna go to deactivate and activate. Oh, maybe it is working, but some of it is a little bit blocked. Didn't even think about that. We're gonna take off some of our overlay stuff. Right, that didn't even do anything. Or it looked like it didn't do anything. Alert. We're gonna take off our slideshow for now. Really? With that overlay off, our alert box can stay on. I guess we take off this image. Yeah, and then we'll turn back on that overlay. Okay, and then click cancel on that. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that now. Let me jump up to present day in the stream. Okay. So that should do it. I don't know what any of this is, lol. So this is programming for the web. Can you do me and Nabalta with the gay fur and he's half wolf and dog? I'm not currently doing any drawing at the moment. Not taking any drawing requests, but I guess if you are on Comic Fury, I might be doing some doodling later in the night if I have time, but just come over to Comic Fury and sign up over here. It's first come, first serve. So looks like we already got our first 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, we are going to edit this and we're going to say close for now. You guys are really quick with it because I just posted that at 7:56. Okay, we'll work on that later. Okay, so anyways, this is web design, okay? And in web design, you have 3 things you can do: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Your HTML kind of is like, it's like your framework. It's like, what elements do you want on the page? And then your CSS is how do you style them? And then your JavaScript is like, how do they each interact with each other? Okay, so for our article, we're gonna set that display to block. This is gonna be a block element. And then we're gonna use flex grow 1. That's going to make it its maximum. And then we're gonna set the width to 200 pixels, and we're gonna give it some padding of 20 pixels as well. And we're gonna update the preview just to see what we got going on. Okay, so perfect. So as you can see, we just switched it to now to two columns. And then, yeah, if there's some leftover, it'll jump back to that size, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I like that, but we're gonna make some additional changes here because it's still not exactly what we want. We want this width to actually be some percentage of the screen width. Some of my artwork right here. So yeah, I'm gonna use this site to like reblog and post my own artwork. Okay, guys, what should we do here? I guess we want to do like sizing, like units. Let me take a look at the sizing units documentation. So CSS units. We have absolute lengths. Okay, we have relative lengths. We have EM, which is relative to the font size. We have EX, which is relative to the X height of the current font. Rem, okay, viewport, relative to 1% width of the viewport. Vmin and Vmax. And then we have a percentage, which would be relative to the parent element. Okay, okay, I need to check something real quick. Okay, so we have this is main. Outside of main would be like the wrapper, main body wrapper. Let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, well, first of all, we know we want that to be adjustable and the width to be not based on the post width, I don't think. So let's go ahead and start making some changes. You know what, I'm gonna bring this over to here so you guys can see this screen as well. So I'm gonna work on this screen for a second. Yeah, I'm not sure who any of those characters are either. I don't know who Balto is or anything like that. Now, again, if this is in reference to that comic free post, I got you. But I don't do commissions on stream, and I don't do like freebies out the blue. So if you want a doodle, that's the only way to get a doodle. But feel free to talk about, you know, characters and stuff that you have. Okay, so what are we doing here? We need main body wrapper. So the post width plus 52 pixels with a minimum height of 100%. So that means it's taking up the entirety like of that viewing port. And since main is a child of that, it just kind of, or supposed to fit within that. So I should really set it here, the width. And I want it to be a percentage of the viewing port itself. So to start off, I think I would do like 50 to 60%. So we're gonna start off with 60%. Or 60 VW. All right, so we're gonna set that. Now, the width of each should be 50% of that. So when we go to main, so we should do 50%. Let's make it 40% because I think, oh, or not. Let's change it back to that. Okay, it's the main. Well, what happens if I set it to 100%? Okay, so that's the main. And then what does the main wrapper look like? Hold on. Okay, so then that becomes 100%, which makes sense. We want it to fill up all of the main wrapper. Okay, but then this is where things come into play. So now we go to the article class again, and we want to set this to like 400 pixels. So I think that's the size we want of each post. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to actually bring this back over to this other screen to work with the development. I'm setting it to 40 pixels, but really I should make it, well, I guess I want to keep it a consistent size. We're getting somewhere though, we're just not quite there yet. Yeah, I apologize that this isn't, you know, an exciting drawing stream. But I will say that if you guys do have questions about like creating your own blog or learning this kind of thing, then this is a great time to ask. Let's see, what are we doing here? Okay, we just need to inspect things again because we're having a little bit of overflow from here, and I'm trying to understand why. I might need to add some like padding or something like that, but I need to understand where what the article is. So what it's doing is it's trying to fill up the space, so which is, I guess, nice, but I think what's happening is that it wants to take up 100% of whatever that viewport thing is, so that's it's throwing things off. I don't think it needs to be 100%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back into this main flex body and then change it out from the width being 100% just to kind of see. So basically the right hand margin is kind of doing something. Which is interesting. It's interesting indeed. We're getting very close for it to be working though, which is the exciting part. Okay, here we go. We need to understand something. We understand something has quite a bit of like padding. That padding is fine. This padding, I don't know what's going on here. This div container, sidebar. I'm not sure where all that padding is coming from. Main body. What if you get rid of that margin? Okay, that's not doing anything, so it's not that. Let's shrink this all the way down. Still have that. Maybe because it's not taking up enough space, maybe that's why. That's only 60. Let's try like 70. Flex, position, relative. It might be because the margins are set to auto and position is set to relative. And I think that's to position it right in the center. But that's also kind of throwing things off a little bit. So I think if I take off margin and I take off position and let's set this back to 60. Actually, make this like 80. I'm just curious what that happens. Okay, we don't need to do that. All right, let's see what CS position relative means. There are 5 different position values: static, relative, fixed, absolute, and sticky. So Okay, so we have a relative positioning, which just means that it's centering when it has a margin of auto. Same. Oh wow. Yeah. It looks brand new. Okay, so relative width 400 and height 200. So okay, so absolute is based on the parent element, and then when it is fixed, it's relative to the viewport. In my case, we're gonna have two div elements that are right next to each other. I mean, I guess the entire container could also be a flex container as well. That could potentially work too. So I want to make a breakpoint before it starts wrapping, basically. It's kind of where I'm at right now. When that's set to 100%, it always extends to the 100%, which is not exactly what I want. Also, there's too much gap there. There's too much gap here. Let's read the definition of relative again, though, because it's relative to what? An element with position is position relative to its normal position. What is its normal position? Okay, so I think I get what's going on. It's set to relative, a margin of 0 in auto, which I think it's a way of centering something. But I'm trying to look at the shorthand. If it has 4 values, top margin is 25, so it goes top, then it goes right. So basically, margin, it has 2 properties. It's going by top and bottom, left and right. So what this is saying right here, when we have a margin of 0 auto, it's saying, hey, don't put any margin at the top, but for the left and right, set it to auto. And what that does is it centers it in the page. I don't know if I really want it centered in the page though. Display flex and this and that. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to our div container. And that's our padding left. And our container position, relative margin, and minimum height. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop messing with that part of it just because I want to make progress in other things as well. Yeah. So we're gonna jump back down into this main body wrapper. Minimum height, the width of the main body wrapper. What happens when we bump this up? It sends it off the screen. Okay, that's interesting. But it should be based on the view port. What happens if we go down to 50? Sorry, so that's that. Minimum height. I'm saying that should be 100% of what the parent is, which, you know, makes sense. But then what happens, I need to set a max width. So max width, it shouldn't get past 450 pixels. I think that's where I'm messing up. Or 500 pixels because there's some padding. Let's say that. So now I shouldn't get that over. Okay. And then what we need to do is we need to have a minimum width. That's how I solve this issue. And it can't get less than my post size, which is like, well, why don't you set your width then? I probably will, but hold on a sec. Let me do something real quick. So let's do 450 pixels. And then let's click and drag this in. So it's still able to get smaller than that. Okay, and so my other solution was just to set the width itself. So turn this off, and we know the article needs to be 400 pixels, and we know that means that this should equal like 500 pixels. Which kind of makes some more sense. Problem is, if you stop that from being able to expand, then you also stop it from being able to loop around. I'm gonna do something real quick. We're gonna set that to 400. We're gonna update that preview. VW viewport width, and we're just going to take this back down to 200 just for now.
Brought to you by Gertie Seats.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done in regards to that, but we're just going to keep it like this for now. And we're gonna take this off for just a second. Where's my be back soon? Is this it? Nope. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. And we are gonna be back. All right, so this might be a little bit overkill, but I do like it, and we're going to keep it just for the time being. Now, these colors are fantastic, but we are going to make them different because we want to be unique. And we're going to be pulling colors off of the games. Screens and menus, maybe? Let's see what they got for battle elements. Okay, and let's check this battle element. Ew, I don't like those battle elements. Let's go into Mega Man Battle Network 6, which I think has some good battle elements. Yeah, like this. We're going to go ahead and copy that image. We're going to come over here, we're going to paste that. We're going to bring this in here. Okay. So let's do a recoloring now. Ooh, okay. Wow. It's looking good. Hell yeah. Body text, box shadows, headings, bullet points, block quotes, accent 1, background, post poll, Okay. I think I just want to change mostly this color, and we're going to change it to, first of all, let's get our eyedropper tool. So what we can do here is click on this, and this is going to give us our hex code. And so we can copy our hex code out of there, and we'll say okay. And then when you are choosing a color right here, you can paste in your hex code just like that. Okay. So that kind of switched out that kind of green color to this kind of bluish color, which I think I am going to go with. But let's test out a couple of different options, because there is no point in just going with like one thing and we're like, yeah, this is it. Okay, so let's try this hex code as well. Again, I'm pulling these colors off of some sprites from Mega Man Battle Network, so I know that we're kind of keeping in theme. And honestly, I kind of like that. I think that looks really good. I think we can probably change the background color maybe to be darker, but that actually looks kind of good. And then there's also this orange that I do want to test out as well because I like this color. So we're gonna grab this hex color and then we are going to update this again. And yeah, no, that is just doing way too much. So what we're gonna do, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick with this one, this lighter one. And then I can honestly still use that shadow, or I can change it to something else. But I guess I should kind of copy out what it was beforehand. Is there a way to do, I don't know if there's a way to like undo or not. Well, we can do it now. Box shadows. I'm happy with that change at least though. So here's the box shadows. We'll go ahead and copy this. And is there anything on here? No. Great. So we're gonna paste that in. And this was for box shadows. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back in here and we're gonna grab, well, there's two different shadows we can try. We're gonna try the darker shadow first. So we're gonna grab that color and we'll grab the hex code from that and say okay, and let's go ahead and paste that in here. And you know what else we're gonna try? Just because I am feeling adventurous today. Let's try bringing in that pop of orange. It's not bad, but it's not what I'm thinking. So let's try this lighter orange. And that's not bad either, but the original might have been best. Okay. So just some minor adjustments there. I don't know about that. Body text. It's like that yellowish color. I don't really like that much. Let's see if we can't switch that out for something. Post usernames background. Yeah, this one. So bad. Okay. And for this, it does need to be a pretty light color. I'm not gonna lie. But let's see if we can't incorporate this green. Might need to like chill it out some. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think I'm just gonna make some I think the box shadows, I can actually change that. Here we have these saved off, yes. I feel like you can change the box shadows. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try a couple of different things here. First of all, it's gonna be kind of like this yellowish color I wanna try. Box shadows do not look bad. I just think they could potentially look better. I think I like that better, but still needs a little bit changing. Let's see what happens like when it might be a little bit too harmonious. Although, not bad, not bad. Okay, and let's try this one. Now this isn't bad, just maybe slightly on the boring side, but there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Anyways, when you guys are designing, a large part of it is just having fun with it. Okay. I'm just curious, trying like different things out right now. Anyways, I think we are going to kind of wrap up for this. I just wanted to experiment and get a little bit of work done. And just try things out for the most part. So that is exactly what I did and accomplished, and I think I'll kind of leave it at that. I think there is one more thing though that I will try to do before I bounce out of here, and that is to try to create like a new pattern. I do think it is kind of cool. The animated GIF one, but I did want to try one more though before I leave here today. But in order to do so, you're going to need some things. Okay. So literally, I think this will create a pattern. I think I just need this. So we're gonna control that. We're gonna create new from clipboard, and we're gonna say. But by the way, is that the one that I want to use? Yeah, I think it is. I'm gonna save this out real quick. Give me a second. Okay, so now we come back here. No, we don't. We come back to here. Going back to our live scene. Okie dokie. So we're gonna go to background image, choose a photo, and we're gonna open this, see what happens. So it is interesting. It is interesting. But anyways, I'm happy with what it looks like right now. We got 2 columns going. What we're gonna do is we are gonna set some media queries just for a bigger screen, small screen, big screen, bigger screen, and then biggest screen. And yeah, we'll just take it from there. Anyways, hopefully you guys had a little bit of fun just seeing me mess around designing, because that's what designing is all about. You just try one thing and then you try another thing and see what kind of works out for you and what kind of look you're going for. So good night, everyone. Until we meet again next week when we're actually drawing again. This was just like a little stop in, check in, and to chill with you guys. So until next time, peace, love, and deuces.